Hi Taurus, this is Amanda Nardozzi. Thanks for joining me here. This reading is going to be for April 29th to May 5th. So that being said, we're just going to jump into the channel, get into the reading here. As always, sit back, relax, check in with your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, whoever it is you connect with on the other side. Lean into the seat of your intuition so that you can sync up with some of these messages and figure out what could be for you, what could be for others. And I do speak in a lot of symbols and imagery, so that'll help you figure out where to apply it in your life. All right. So Taurus, what's going on this week, Taurus? Talk to me. Okay, so the focal point of your whole reading, I'm like trying to see into like the symbols and imagery. Spirit says the message with this is clear. So the Hermit. The Hermit. So a lot of you may feel like you need to come back to yourself. This is the focal point of your whole tarot, like your whole energy right now is wanting to return to the self. I'm hearing like you serve yourself a seat. And this is only because I feel like you may have been in a time where you've been very active. Like I see you out in the baseball field, like doing all kinds of stuff. And it's almost like you've been running the show, or you've been like kind of like the ringleader at a circus or something. Like they're giving me somebody who has like handled like 3 or 4 completely different things, and it's almost like, okay, you've earned a seat now. You can serve yourself a seat. You can choose to step back for a while. It's almost like I see you coming back to sit on the bench because now everybody knows what to do, or all the things in your life are like they're taken care of, even if momentarily. And it's almost like, okay, step back. Or even if things don't feel like they're being taken care of, it's almost like you've managed everything up until a certain point, and then you're like, okay, Taurus baby got to take care of themselves. Like I got to step back a little bit, right? So we're getting big energy of needing to step away. You also have, okay, you have the 4 of Pentacles, and you also have the 8 of Swords. Now, these two draw parallels to one another with the way that I'm doing the spread. The 4 of Pentacles, this is actually, traditionally, this means keeping your finances close or needing to be stingy with your money a little bit. But the Pentacles means more than just finances. I'm actually hearing keep saving. So for some of you, it is just straight finances. Some of you are like, you're feeling the need to like, sometimes I will say, especially with the 8 of Swords here, when we are in challenging financial situations, I know this very well. I've been homeless a few times throughout my life. Like I've been through lots of financial hardships. So I understand, like, especially people who like might find themselves in tighter times. There's, when we are keeping everything super, super close, sometimes we encounter these feelings of, oh my gosh, well, I want to spend. Or it's like, oh, I could just have this little bit of relief if I just spend. So oftentimes what happens to some people is that they might splurge. I actually notice this is a financial money pattern a lot, where like, people who just saved and cut so many corners, and they save to such a ludicrous amount that it's actually unhealthy. And then like they splurge a lot of it as kind of like, they'll see it as like a reward or whatever, but it comes down to like a managing money thing where it's like they spend a lot of it, and then they're like, okay, now, and they're still like have a good amount saved, but it's almost like that's a lot of it spent in one place. And it's almost like that splurging sometimes can get out of hand depending on the person. And it's almost like that's the energy that I feel like I'm connecting with a little bit of like, oh my gosh, like it's almost like I need to hang on to it a little longer. You might have to like relax a little and like not cut as many corners. Some of you feel like you have to. Some of you like budget. I see some of you with spreadsheets, like you budgeted pretty close. For some of you, it doesn't have to relate to finances, though I feel like for a lot of you, it is syncing up with finances. If not finances, Pentacles can mean just resources in general. This is things having to do with the material world. Some of you feel like, some of it's like your energy too. Some of it's like you expend a lot of physical energy towards a lot of different people, a lot of different places and things. And again, I'm getting like soccer mom energy. So like someone being like, oh my gosh, I see a blonde woman who has her hair pulled up in a high ponytail, but it's all like, she hasn't fixed it in a while. Like it's all like lots of different hairs all over the place. And I'm feeling she's a little flushed. She's sweaty. She's running around. She's like not looking her best. She's not feeling her best. And, she's looking at her time, but it's almost like, oh my gosh, like it's 3:30 and it just occurs to her that there's something at 4. And it's almost like she's becoming aware of things as they're put in front of her rather than being ahead of the game and being able to see a list of everything for the day. And sometimes like it's fine to be a hot mess. We're going to have those moments, right? When these are put together, it's almost like feeling restricted or feeling like this situation, though temporary, it's almost like this feeling of lack or this feeling of needing to conserve your energy. It's almost putting this binding around you of like, for some of you, it's almost like I feel like I don't know, Ari's had a similar message of feeling like they were capable of more or feeling like I can do more, or it's like not feeling good enough for like to have better circumstances. And Spirit's like, I want you to know that's not the case and that this is only temporary. This is just one of those lows in life. That's one of those challenges that kind of need to be faced, and there will be a high moment. There will be a time, and it's coming. It's more of like, just get through this first. This wouldn't be Earth if we weren't challenged, right? So they want you to keep open. They want you to keep open because the Empress is a lot of fertile ground, and when paired with the World, this is like the overarching, I'm getting this is like heavy spiritual energy here that's around your energy at this time, Taurus. So it's almost like, and actually, Empress, I think, like Taurus is assigned to Empress, I believe. But this is your card that's popping up, but this is more of like, the Empress is like the creation. So I can't help but feel like there's a lot of manifesting energy around you, or there's a lot of opportunity hovering. Just, it's again, Ari's kind of had a similar thing of needing to like alter their mindset a little bit. I feel like for you, it's less of a mindset and more of like return to yourself so that this Eight of Swords energy clears. I feel like this is literally just getting grounded, getting situated. Some of you actually have to go out in nature to do this. I'm seeing some of you who are like, the sun is out, that I am out. Like, it's like, I see you being flowers, very much like flowers. So going out in the sun and blooming, like that's your shit, that's your thing, right? So going outside, or at least getting like elbow deep in the dirt or something, like, I don't know, I see you like needing to take like a quiet spell, like a step away, but it's important that you step away from everybody. Like, it's almost like I feel people needing you, or things or situations trying to seize your attention. And I think you just need to like be like, okay, like that's enough. I need time for me. Step back. But then when you reconnect with yourself, this energy kind of like comes up from the spiritual and is harnessed a lot better through you, because this is your energy. It's up, but it's almost like, it almost feels inaccessible because there are just clouds of, I'm hearing like I have important shit to do. Like I have things I have to do. And it almost feels like the energy is there. The World is having lots of opportunities, and the Empress is the ability to make a manifest and like bring nutrients and water, sunlight, and growth to whatever it is that you want to create. The Empress is like a hardcore fertility, hardcore creation card. Some of you, this is confirmation that I'm talking to mothers. For a lot of you, this can literally, mothers or fathers, whoever has to take care of children, doesn't matter. You don't have to be like a woman, man, doesn't matter. But this is like trying to get business like taken care of and needing to get things done. But it's almost like I see like all of this manifesting energy around, and I feel like you feel it around too. It's just almost like you need to bring it down, but you have to do that by coming back to yourself, okay? And then you can harness this energy a little bit better, but again, clear your mind first, step back. Step back first, get grounded, because it's hard to connect with the magic, because it's almost like magic works through you. And if you're not connected with yourself, it's harder to bring that magic out to the collective, if that makes sense. It's harder to bring and manifest your magic to reality. Okay, that's why it's always important to ground yourself and connect with yourself, because again, magic works through us. Okay, you also have Deep Diver. Diving into a task. Some of you, again, are diving into way too many tasks at the same time. Doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means that you need to take a step back. And I'm hearing like you need to relive certain aspects of who you are. Sorry, my corgi is crying off in the distance, though it's an interesting and timely cry. It's almost like you guys are crying for your inner child to come back. Or you're crying for like, there are certain aspects of your personality that you've missed. And it's almost like, okay, well, I need to come back to myself so I can relive some of those aspects of myself. And again, that's how you would get in touch. For some of you, this is like full on, like diving into a specific task for yourself. Something that you need to tend to for your own energy, for your own peace of mind. It's almost like I need to clean. And I can't help but feel like some of you have to return to your space just to get it in order so that you can feel more balanced. For others of you, this is like, you know, I need to like, for some of you, it is tending to houseplants or tending to your garden or something. It's like, I have to tend to something in my life, and that clears up energy and makes me feel more capable to take on my day. So for some of you, connecting with yourself is diving into a task for yourself. Eagle, see from a higher perspective. So again, understand that this is only temporary. This is only a situation you're in. The situation does not define you. So again, that being said, it's coming through very strong as this is a situation that you are in. It is not you. It is not your reality. Again, just remember where you can be. Remember the magic that you felt when you feel possibilities around. That is magic that can be hardest. Again, just understand that now is just a time to zoom out and understand that there are a lot of things at play that you don't get. You don't need to understand it. You don't need to take a magnifying glass to the details. Just understand that shit's happening for the better. It's happening for everyone's highest good. Just go through this challenge now. I'm hearing like you'll be better for it. So just get through these obstacles, okay? You also have self-acceptance. Ari's had this same card. You all saw me give that a good shuffle. So self-acceptance, this is all just like, I'm hearing like, I just keep hearing like, remember yourself, remember yourself. Just make sure that you're tending to yourself. Again, I see you just blah, 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 all over the place and not coming back to yourself. Make sure that you're giving yourself a daily dose of self-love. I'm talking daily, like even if it's 5 minutes, 5 minutes is sticking out. Even if you don't have time to do like a full 10-minute session of like a meditation or a grounding thing, just 5 minutes. That's all Spirit's asking. 5 minutes. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. I'm recovering from like a little bit of laryngitis that came with the cold. Ugh. It's starting to come back. Give me 1 second. Sorry, thank you. Coming back to that love, coming back to that self-acceptance. Again, even if it's only 5 minutes, trust, and I'm hearing like trusting the process, that even though all of this stuff is out of whack and happening, trust that you're still moving towards your creations, your goals, your dreams, your manifestations. You also have sacral chakra. I feel comfortable in my own body and I'm sensitive to other people's feelings. I feel like this is a very physical thing for a lot of you, being comfortable in your body. And again, this is accepting your body for what it is. Some of you feel like you might not have time to go to the gym, and you might be feeling crappy because of it. Some of you might be looking in the mirror every day and being like, ugh, like, or just like not appreciating like the beauty that you bring, because the sacral chakra is about inner and outer beauty, I feel. Because that does handle a lot of our, that's where a lot of our insecurities around our sexuality come from, is the sacral chakra. So not only is this like the place of our passions, but this is understanding your own feelings, understanding other people's feelings. This is like the sacral chakra being like your sexuality too. So embracing yourself, embracing your being in a sexual way too, if you feel called to do that, if you feel called to exploring yourself sexually or with a partner. But it's all just appreciating what you bring to the table in that respect, and also appreciating your own beauty in your physical skin. And this is also just feeling that, I don't know, just feeling back in your body again. I feel like some of you, just to deal with your tasks, have been kind of disassociating from your body, or not feeling like tending to your body. So again, tending to your body is incredibly important at this time, and that's going to be a big part of your grounding process. And then what is it that you need the most right now from this one? You have invite help. Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready. God, please pursue me. So this is, I'm hearing actually the word please. Like, I didn't mean to say please, but it just kind of slipped out. It's almost like, please help. Please help. Can you please do this? Like, ask for help, whether from the divine, ask for help from the people around you, your support system. I'm hearing like, you can ask for help from, if you have a spouse or something, like they're showing me somebody who's trying to do it all by themselves. So the symbol that they're showing me is the soccer mom that's running around trying to take care of the kids, but she can ask for help from her husband and the husband will be happy to do it. Or it's more of like, if that's not an option, or if you're like a single parent, or like if you are actually just not in, like if it's not applicable to family at all and you're like, okay, I'm trying to do everything myself, asking for help from a friend. I'm getting like aunts and uncles for some of you, like asking for help from them. Specifically like an aunt or an uncle, or like as the mother, like, or like a father, like it's like a brother sister type of thing, like a sibling. Excuse me. So asking a family member for help is like, that's going to help make this time a lot easier, so that you can step back. It's almost like delegating that help so you can step back a little bit, okay? And then lastly, you have 497. I'm pulling from Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray. And I always read these messages twice. So your energy is opening up and new opportunities to experience harmony are being presented to you. One more time, your energy is opening up and new opportunities to experience harmony are being presented to you. So again, this is one of those things where you put out energy to ask for help. This is where you can step back in that hermit mode, and that is where things will start clearing up for you. That being said, Taurus, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me the space to connect with your energy. If it's resonated with you in any way, go ahead, like and subscribe and all the things. That way you can keep up to date with me. I post weeklies, I post collectives in between. If you want to learn tarot, follow me on Instagram. I do post things every once in a while about going into the cards, comparing different cards, like maybe like the Ace of Wands or like the King of Cups, and I'll pull from like 5 or 6 different decks, and then we'll look at like the similarities and differences between them all, and then some traditional meanings, and then some things that I've channeled from that as well. So that being said, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.